Captain Jake Morrison stood frozen in the crystalline throne room, his breath catching as the towering alien queen descended from her elevated platform. Her ethereal blue skin shimmered under the chamber's bioluminescent lighting, and her arms moved with fluid grace that defied human understanding. Behind her, a smaller figure emerged from the shadows, an elf-like being with pointed ears and silver hair that cascaded past her shoulders. Human. The queen's voice resonated through the chamber with harmonic undertones that seemed to vibrate in his chest. You have proven your species worthy through combat and cunning. Now I offer you a choice that will determine the fate of your world. Jake's military training kicked in despite his confusion. 3 months ago, he had been selected as Earth's diplomatic representative after first contact protocols failed spectacularly. The Galactic Consortium had issued humanity an ultimatum: prove their worth or face subjugation. What followed was a series of trials that tested not just physical prowess but intelligence, creativity, and something the aliens called soul fire. The elf stepped forward, her violet eyes meeting his with an intensity that made him uncomfortable. "My name is Luna," she said, her voice musical yet tinged with concern. "I serve as the Queen's advisor and translator of cultural nuances. What she proposes is unprecedented in our history." Queen Verathon raised one of her primary arms and the chamber fell silent. "Captain Morrison, your species fascinates us. Humans possess a combination of aggressive determination and protective compassion that we have never encountered. You fight with the fury of warriors, yet weep for your fallen enemies. You destroy with one hand while healing with the other." Jake remained silent, knowing that interrupting an alien monarch could spell disaster for his entire species. The queen continued her pacing, her movements hypnotic and predatory. "In our culture, strength is measured not by conquest, but by the ability to bind powerful forces to one's will through respect and partnership. You have demonstrated that humans can adapt, survive, and even thrive under impossible circumstances. Your people's resilience during the trials impressed the entire consortium." Luna stepped closer, lowering her voice to barely above a whisper. "Captain, what she's about to propose goes against millennia of tradition. Queens of her species have never taken mates from other worlds, let alone from species considered primitive by consortium standards." The revelation hit Jake like a physical blow. Marriage. The alien queen was proposing marriage to him, a human she had known for less than 4 months. His mind raced through the implications, both personal and political. "Your silence speaks volumes," the queen observed, a hint of amusement coloring her otherworldly features. "Perhaps Luna should explain the consequences of your decision." The elf advisor nodded grimly. "If you accept, humanity gains full membership in the Galactic Consortium. Your species receives protection, advanced technology, and access to trade, routes that span hundreds of worlds. Earth becomes a protected realm under the Queen's direct authority." Jake found his voice at last. "And if I refuse?" "Then humanity faces a different path," Verathon replied, her tone becoming formal and distant. "The consortium will classify your species as unready for galactic citizenship. You will be quarantined to your solar system for another 500 years while we monitor your development. No technology transfers, no trade, no contact beyond basic observation." The weight of his species' future pressed down on Jake's shoulders like a mountain. He thought of Earth, of his family back home, of the 7 billion people who had no idea their fate hung in the balance of one man's personal decision. "Why me?" he asked, struggling to maintain his composure. "Surely there are better diplomatic matches among Earth's leaders." Luna answered before the queen could respond. "Because you showed mercy to defeated opponents, Captain. When you could have claimed total victory in the combat trials, you helped your fallen adversaries instead. When faced with puzzles that could be solved through deception, you chose honest solutions even when they were harder. The Queen sees in you the qualities that would make humanity valuable allies rather than conquered subjects." Verathon moved closer, her presence both magnificent and terrifying. "In our bonding ceremonies, the union represents more than personal commitment. It creates a bridge between civilizations, a guarantee of mutual protection and growth. Your acceptance would make you not just my partner, but humanity's voice in the consortium's ruling council. Jake's training had prepared him for many scenarios, but not for this moment of cosmic romance mixed with interstellar politics. He studied both women, the imposing alien queen whose proposal could elevate humanity to unimaginable heights, and the graceful elf, whose concerned expression suggested this decision carried risks he couldn't fully comprehend. What would this marriage actually entail? He asked carefully. Luna translated cultural concepts as the queen explained. The union would require him to spend half his time on the queen's homeworld, learning their customs and representing human interests. Children would be possible through advanced genetic compatibility treatments, though they would belong to both species and both worlds. The ceremony itself, Luna added, would be broadcast across the galaxy. Humanity would be formally recognized as the Queen's protected allies. Your people would gain access to technologies that could solve your energy crises, cure diseases, and even extend human lifespans by centuries. Jake closed his eyes, trying to process the magnitude of the decision. When he opened them again, both women were watching him with expressions of anticipation mixed with understanding of the burden they had placed on him. "I need to understand something," he said finally. "Is this proposal based on political necessity, or is there genuine feeling involved?" The Queen's expression softened for the first time since he had entered the chamber. "Captain Morrison, our species may be vastly different, but we share certain fundamental experiences. I have watched you face impossible odds with courage tempered by wisdom. I have seen you make decisions that prioritize others' well-being over your own advancement. These qualities are rare in any species." Luna nodded approvingly. "The Queen doesn't propose unions lightly, Captain. This represents a genuine offer of partnership on every level, personal, political, and cultural." Jake took a deep breath, thinking of Earth's blue skies and humanity's endless capacity for both creation and destruction. He thought of the stars his species had dreamed of reaching and the future that hung in the balance of his next words. "Your Majesty," he said, straightening to his full height and meeting the alien queen's gaze directly, "I accept your proposal. For humanity's future, and for the partnership you offer, I will stand beside you as your chosen mate, and Earth's representative to the stars." The chamber erupted in harmonic chimes as alien technology registered his acceptance, sealing humanity's fate among the stars.